What is this place? There's an Arc de Triomphe, but we're not in Paris. There's a big fancy casino, but we're not in Vegas. You'll see red double-decker buses, but this is not London.
Welcome to Skopje!
Skopje, the capital of North Macedonia, is one of the most unusual cities we've ever visited. Almost flattened by an earthquake in 1963, the city centre was rebuilt around 2010 with grand baroque buildings, trying to look more European. But a few buildings feel oddly out of place, and some of the statues, just plain weird. Come with us as we explore one of Europe's quirkiest capitals. We are in the taxi, global taxis, going into town. Significantly warmer today, which is good news. I'm wondering if we came to Paris. There's the Arc de Triomphe. Straight away, we were amazed. Where are we? Walking into Macedonia Square, we were surrounded by all these grand buildings and this huge statue in the middle of the square. We had a free walking tour booked, so we quickly checked in with the guide and then we went to find coffee.
We are pumped.
We're excited. Just coming from the taxi to the coffee shop, meeting the guide, we're like, oh my God, this place looks amazing.
I was here in 1992 and it's starting to kind of come back to me a little.
Yeah, they already get 2 big thumbs up for the coffee.
Oh, wow, that's really good.
It's really good coffee. We'd booked a 3-hour free walking tour through Guru Walks. We started in Macedonia Square with the statue of Alexander the Great. Or is it? Macedonia and Greece can't agree on where Alexander was actually from, so the statue is officially a warrior on horseback, despite its resemblance to Alexander.
Already we love this guy.
He's awesome,
Dion,
isn't he?
he's a crack up. Yeah.
With the most famous citizen of your right over here, and that is Mother Teresa.
This is where Mother Teresa was born. Her house was on this spot. We'll hear more about her shortly. The arch is called the Porta Macedonia and commemorates 20 years of independence.
Macedonia was a part of socialist Yugoslavia until 8th of September 1991.
The Woman Warrior Park has lots of statues, mostly of men, and some from the communist time. Diane then explained why Macedonia has 2 flags. Guess what? Another disagreement with Greece. And then Diane took us somewhere for a wonderful surprise. Second breakfast.
Burek, it's a pastry that it's usually made in one circle pie. That you can see that it's a burek. 1/4 from that circle pie, it's more than enough for one person.
And always the best place to get burek is one of these little holes in the wall.
Yeah, you're welcome. Feel free, I will buy more if it's needed, don't worry. So do not hesitate to try some burek, guys.
That's so good. We went by the old railway station and learnt more about the earthquake. In 1963, there was a terrible earthquake here in the city of Skopje, and around 90% of the city buildings were damaged or destroyed. And this building here is the old train station, and you can see there the clock is still set at the time when the earthquake happened, which was 5:17. You can see what the train station looked like, and it's now a museum, like a history of the city museum. Next stop, the home of Skopje's most famous person.
Mother Teresa left Skopje after she turned 18, and she visited Skopje only 4 times after she left Skopje.
One time was just after the earthquake. She remembered the church that once stood on this spot, so her memorial house was built here. So within the house there's photos of Mother Teresa's life and various artefacts. And upstairs from the house is a little chapel, and they hold mass here each week. The house is open daily and is free to enter. Right next to the Mother Teresa Memorial House is a brand new Orthodox cathedral which just opened in September 2025. Looks like they're still building this church. We walked back through Macedonia Square. All these baroque buildings are actually only 10 to 15 years old. They were built as part of Project 2014, designed to give Skopje a European feel. The project was criticised for costing money the country couldn't really afford. From the new old to the old, the old bridge.
The bridge was built in the 6th century in the time of Justinian. We have a sculpture of Justinian. Justinian is born nearby to Skopje in the village Taurusium.
Walking across the old bridge takes you to the oldest part of Skopje and its huge old bazaar. We came back to the bridge several times. We loved the street musicians entertaining the crowds here. Oh, they stopped. Before the next stop, Dion told us about the street dogs in Skopje.
Most of these dogs are non-aggressive, very friendly. The shelter runs a program. The program says if they find a dog without attack, they will catch the dog, they will bring it to the shelter, give him an anti-rabies shot, castrate it. Some people are not feeling comfortable nearby to the stray dogs, but I'm gonna assure you, they are very nice, very non-aggressive creatures, very good one.
So this is the statue of Alexander's mother, Olympia, and then his father up there, Philip. It seems weird that they would have a statue of Alexander's mother and father and not Alexander himself. But anyways, the fountain and statue were also part of Project 2014, and their official names are the Fountain of the Mothers of Macedonia and the Warrior. Statues are one thing, but we were excited to see the old part of Skopje. Do you remember this part, Nigel?
No, not at all.
The old bazaar has the usual small craft stores, restaurants and souvenir stands. What really stood out here in Skopje was the gold shops with their intricate jewellery. Macedonians really love their gold. Look at those rings, they're like enormous. I was reading that here in Macedonia it's customary for every kind of, rite of passage of your life to get a gift of gold. Birth, first communion, starting school, getting engaged, getting married, your first child, all that sort of stuff.
A year on the road.
A year on the road. You going to buy me some gold, babe? We stopped by one of the local restaurants where Dion showed us a traditional Macedonian dish called tavče gravče, which is baked beans cooked in a terracotta pot. That's what we're having for lunch.
Yeah.
It's a really good flavor. It's a totally vegan dish.
Baked beans, a great start. Baked beans to make it.
I have heard that this bazaar in Skopje is the largest bazaar in all of the Balkans.
Yeah, I did. You stole that off me. I was told you that yesterday.
Oh, did you? They do have these heavily bejewelled dresses like we saw in Kosovo. I'd love to wear that. Look at that with all these jewels pointing out of your boobies. It was especially lovely walking through the old bazaar on Sunday when there was barely anyone around and just the sound of the call to prayer. Oh, how cool is this?
There's no one here. They're all going to crank up.
Yeah. Our tour finished at the 16th century Orthodox Church of the Ascension of Christ with its beautiful courtyard. Inside the church are beautiful icons, but they don't really like you taking photos in here. After the tour, Dion gave us loads of information for other places to visit in North Macedonia. Wow, that tour was amazing. He was so good. We booked that through Guru Walks. We really love doing these free city tours when we first arrive in a place, and today was no exception. Dion was incredible. He was a great guide. So we've stopped now for lunch and we're having a whole bunch of traditional Macedonian dishes. Ivar, which is the red pepper spread. Eggplant, obviously. It looks like it's got a bit of garlic on it. And then the baked bread.
It's all come out now.
It's
So with the addition of, what do you call that?
So this is the baked bread with cheese. And the, I forget what he called this, but it's like baked beans.
Full.
Fasuli.
Fasuli? Yeah.
But it's beans baked in this terracotta pot. So it takes on the flavour of the terracotta, I think.
Right. How's that? You good? Pretty good.
After lunch, we wanted to visit the old fortress. We're walking through this park and it's like really overgrown and there's rubbish everywhere. But this is, you know, part of the adventure. We'll just see where these stairs lead us. Yeah, we can't get in here. There's no entry charge, but the guard at the gate told us we had to open a walnut without smashing it to gain entry.
So there we go.
You must measure the power.
Yeah.
Perfect. One more time. Perfect. Ah, very good.
You good?
They continue omega-3, anti-cholesterol.
Yes.
Nice, eh?
Okay, now it's Nigel's turn to see if he passes the test and if he can come in.
This one?
No, here's the other one.
If you smash it, it can go inside the casa.
No.
Very gentle.
Yeah, he's done well.
Perfect. He succeeded.
Yeah, look at that.
Perfect. Strong finger.
What's your name?
Ismail.
Ismail.
Albanese origin. I'm Albanian origin.
Ah, Albanian. We love Albania.
Not from Republic. We are ancient people from here.
Oh, again, we're back in this part of the Balkans and having these beautiful human encounters.
Exactly. It's like, is that coincidental or?
I don't think so. This is the largest mosque in Skopje. It's the Mustafa Pasha Mosque. Dates back from 1492. Was damaged in the earthquake in 1963, and the most recent renovation was in 2011. Nigel and I were just discussing how we think mosques are more impressive from the outside. After the mosque, we headed into the back streets to explore. Trying to figure out what this building might be. It's obviously very old. So it's another caravanserai. So these were like inns where people could come and stay. You could stay for 3 nights for free. There are still three of them in the city. It doesn't look very open, but looks like we might be able to peep a little look at it.
Gee, had the door on this thing.
No, hundreds of years old. We can't go in, but we can kind of look in. Look at that sculpture there. It's probably like 500 years old. Yeah, we were just trying to find out a bit more about it. So it's an old caravanserai and it's been abandoned for a while, which is really sad because it's like such an important part of the city's history. Would you trust this electricity? I don't think so.
What do you reckon, KJ? You watching?
I just went to the toilet at this mosque, which is fine, 20 dinar, which is not even like 50 cents. But here's a tip for travelling. I'm going to assume it's for all of Macedonia, but at least for Skopje, girls, carry toilet paper. I've not been in one toilet yet that has toilet paper. Then we stumbled across this colourful area full of cafes and restaurants. Feels like we're in Mykonos or Venice.
Cheeky.
Next stop, beer. We stopped in a pub and had a pale ale from the Back Brewery at Bitola.
Cheers.
We also tried the pale ale from the Old Town Brewery. Not very pale, and we preferred the Back. You just put that right in front of my face. We crossed back over the old bridge and saw men fishing in the river.
Hey, he's got something.
We explored the Bridge of the Civilizations of Macedonia, which leads to the Archaeological Museum. So on this bridge, a whole lot of these old Greek statues, and there's a little explanation of each one in honour of Archelaus the First. You know, even here there's that, like they've crossed out the word Hellenic. There's always still those little conflict between these ethnic groups. Now about those weird statues. We'd seen many of them as we wandered through the city, but I'm not sure any were as odd as these two opposite one another. The shoeshine man and the homeless person. Hey friends!
G'day.
Just a quick reminder that we are giving one of you the chance to win one of our super stylish t-shirts. That's right, we're having a giveaway each week for the next 4 weeks, and all you need to do is comment the code word.
The code word this week is weird statue. So get creative in the comments and come up with something.
Including that phrase, weird statues. And at the end of 4 weeks, we will choose one lucky winner who has commented, and we'll get in touch with you and send you out one of these awesome shirts. And if you don't want to wait for the competition, you can buy one of the shirts over at our online shop. Links in the description, or scan the QR code on the screen. Cheers!
So, first impressions of Skopje.
I really like it.
It's pretty groovy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cool city.
Got a lot of character and a bit of vibe, and yeah, a bit of quirkiness to it, and modern, old.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's really cool.
It's a real good mix, I think.
We were just right near Mother Teresa's house, or, where she was.
Her memorial house. She never lived there, but
She never lived there.
So
we're kind of pooched now. We've been on our feet all day.
yeah, we're going to head back to the van.
And we've decided that this place is worthy of another day.
Yeah.
So we're going to hang here. And
And it might be a bit cool tomorrow because the Skopje Marathon is on tomorrow.
yeah.
We did come back for another day, and we've combined both days into this video. We saw the last few runners finishing their marathon, and we had an excellent time at dinner in a less touristy spot. Bloody hell, that's a decent glass of raki.
Right, food has started to come out. We've got some glorious mushrooms, cheese, dips. What's that one?
That's the thing that's like Iva. I think it's called Pinza.
So good. Look at these guys behind us. We're giving a great old time. I think we're kind of trying to figure it out. It's like, is a granddad singing for the family? Is it some dude who they've just paid to sing for them? Either way, they're having a great old time, and it's just got a great vibe. I love this place.
Join us next time when we camp on the cliffs above Lake Ohrid. We discover a church built into the cliff and have one of our favourite meals ever.